Good morning, everyone. This is the complete walkthrough of the qualifying round played in the Sunshine State 9-hole Cup Master Division. This is a free-to-play walkthrough and can be done with the help of Kingslayer, Centurions, and Luminaries. Before you continue with the video, make sure you have hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell. This way, you will get notified when I post my final round hole-by-hole content on Saturday. Also, if you feel that my shots are incorrect, my setup is wrong, then you do not have to follow anything I say and you may consider checking out somebody else. And I believe if you follow this video and consider some tokens and make your own tweaks, then a score of minus 15 or lower is possible. Let's start with hole number 1. For the drive of hole number 1, we are going to start off using our luminary ball from P5 NMT position. We are going to apply 2 right spin and 6.8 top spin. Adjustment will be max plus 10% P5, and then we'll be pushing up 10 yards. If you run out of plus yardages, then I recommend pushing up 4 rings for Apocalypse level 7 and 4.5 rings for Epoch 6 and 8. But highly likely you will have plus yardage, so just push up 10 yards. Apply max OP on a somewhat slower needle. Try to hit perfect. We're looking for a drive yardage somewhere around 452 to 460 yards. On a perfect drive, your second bounce will bounce over the rough patch and then you will be somewhere here at the short iron range. For the approach shot, we are going to perform top of the white ring rough check above the pin. So first I go to the pin and then go there. So plus 9 will be 37% slider. Full backspin, half a bar of right side spin. We'll be offsetting our ball guide line 0.2 rings to the right. See, just like that. 0.1 to 0.2 rings, however you wanna see it. Adjustment will be 5% P5 at slider. So this one is 37% slider and 5% P5 settings. And then we'll be applying just before circle break under power. Make it perfect. And this will hit the pin nicely for an eagle on hole number 1. Now, if you have been following me, you know I do not dial in part 3s during the qualifying round. If you want to completely change the shot, go ahead and feel free to do so. Starting off with the quarterback here, red ring by the rough at P3 max, 5.5 backspin only, and then we switch to our Thor's hammer. Adjustment will be max minus 5% P3. Again, the shot is not dialed in. I'm just playing this one for a safe birdie. So 5.5 backspin, max minus 5% P3. And here, I was trying to drop this one, not gonna lie. I do apply like 3 to 4 ticks of OP. You do not have to do that, or you can also try and do that. But I wasn't counting on this one. Just giving it a chance. And we'll be about 1 to 2 green squares on the left of the pin. Nonetheless, a safe birdie on hole number 2. For the drive on hole number 3, we are going to start with our Apocalypse and a Berserker ball at complete P5 max extension, a portion of the yellow ring inside the cutoff rough of that small pad. Adjustment will be max plus 10% P5, and then we'll push up a target to max. You can also play this one with a P5 N0 ball and push up 28 yards, but in case of Berserker, you will always push up to max. Full top spin, 2 bars of right side spin. And then we apply a maximum overpower, trying to hit perfect. Our aim is to get into that small circular fairway pad. You can get into the wedge range, into the thorn range, or if you have a bad great right on the drive, you can also get into the rough iron range. So here I get into the thorn range. I will also give you the specifications for the wedge shot, the Endbringer. But on the video, I have the thorn shot. I forgot to save the EB shot. So if you have the Thorn play, count at least 10 rings from men and then apply whatever spins necessary to have the ball guideline inside the hole. Do not keep it short, do not keep it through, keep it inside the hole. You'll shortly see here, see like that, inside the hole. Adjustment will be 0% rings from men slider, P5 settings, and all you need to do is hit perfect. Now if you have an bringer shot, you'll be playing landing position plus yardage slider and 10% P5 settings. I will have the values mentioned in the comment section shortly. This one nicely drops for an albatross on hole 3 par 5. Time for hole number 4. Here we are going to play with our Thor's Hammer level 7. 4 top spin and 1 left spin. And notice the ball guideline. I have it about 2 green squares short but in line. Just right there. Adjustment on the video, I play max minus 15% P1 settings, but I recommend trying max minus 5% instead, because max minus 15% brought me about 1 green square to the left. So max minus 5 should do the trick. I'm still not sure. Consider a token or two and make any tweaks. So 1 green square left, max minus 5 should bring you closer. For hole number 5, the drive is very crucial here because it will determine how difficult or easy your second shot will be. Starting off with our Kingmaker ball at P3 max, keeping the red ring touching the rough on right. Then we switch to a luminary ball, full top spin and half a bar of right side spin. Adjustment will be max plus 0 P3. And then we'll be applying half a ball of right curl with max OP, trying to hit perfect. Our aim here is to have the second bounce into the rough and then third bounce onto the fairway above the rough. If you are unlucky and also take the third bounce inside the rough, you'll be way short on the drive and your second shot will be very difficult. So be prepared for that. See, our second bounce is in the rough and third bounce is on the fairway, just like that. 394 yards. The second shot will be played with your power wood club, Cataclysm or the Big Dog. In my case, it is Cat level 6. I'll be using all the top spin and right spin. Here you go. Don't know why it glitches like this, but whatever. Two right spin and full top spin. Now I will try to find a position near to the rough because I'll be applying curl and anticipating my second bounce into the rough and then roll out for a wedge shot. So a little technical setup here. You can still play on the fairway, but you don't want to go too long and then have a very long putt as well. Max plus 10% P5. Half a ball of right curl. And here I use about 1 to 2 rings OP. Perfect ball. Now second bounce will be in the rough and then we'll roll out onto the fairway. Now this will bring us a dead-on headwind wedge shot, which you can play 20% EB school, no spin method. Hole 6 par 4, a very difficult wind here on a very long par 4. Starting off with the katana ball, keeping the clear ring touching the rough on right. Then switch to a luminary ball, 2 right spin and 7 top spin. Adjustment will be max minus 5% P5. And then we'll be applying max possible right curl, trying to hit perfect. The drive is everything here, and I would also say the same for the second shot, but second shot is kind of more forgiving. So if you get the drive correct, you will have a safe birdie, but if you mess up the drive, then it's highly likely a par. So max right curl, we do hit perfect somewhere around 350 to 360 yards depending upon what roll you get. 358. Now for second shot, I do go a little aggressive here. You don't have to play the same way I do. I will be using full toss spin into right spin. But again, it's aggressive, but at the same time it is safe. After applying full toss spin into right spin, I'm having my second bounce in the rough and the ball guideline glitching towards the pin. If we have cat level 7 and 8, you will have even better ball guideline there. Adjustment will be max plus 0% P5. And if you feel, okay, the left bunker might come into play, in my case, I have always rolled through the bunker. But again, if you want to be even more safer, you can consider applying about 3 to 4 clicks of right curl after your adjustment. Here I don't do that, I just center the ball and hit perfect. Roll nicely through the rough, into the bunker and out and onto the fringe for a very safe wedge for the birdie on hole 6 par 4. Hole number 7, this is a very aggressive look at the hole-in-one. If you don't feel comfortable, don't play this one. 3 left spin, 7 top spin. Disregard the ball guideline, just have the yellow ring touching the fairway on the left at plus 16-yard mark, right there. Adjustment will be 1:1 plus 1. For 9.7, I'll be pulling 10.7 rings. Then I'll be applying circle break under power and also inner wall left curl. Now, definitely some wind angle tweaks in play here because I will miss this one just on the left. Even though the speed is good, maybe a couple of clicks less of left curl would have got me into the hole. But again, as qualifying round, I do not dial in the par 3s. But this is not a bad look for you to work on something. The speed is correct, we are just on the left side. So maybe reduce some left curl and maybe a good chance for a drop. For hole number 8, we are going to start off with a P0 ball at complete max, keeping half of the white ring inside the rough on right. Then we switch to a Centurion or a Kingslayer ball, 3 left spin and 6.8 top spin. Adjustment, max plus 10% P3. And then apply half a ball of left curl with 4 to 5 rings of overpower. Depending upon the roll, we are looking at a drive at somewhere around 372 to 381 yards. You see, if you catch that glitch roll, then you know that you have the correct rings of overpower. 377. The second shot, we'll be performing a green fringe check using our sniper right above the pin, like that. And then we'll be using +5 as our base for 74% slider. So this is +7, I'll be using additional 0.2 rings. And then apply whatever spins needed to have the ball guideline offset on the left side of the cup and 2 green squares through the cup. Very important. I keep it 1 green square through the cup and you will see me ending up short on this one, inline but short. And I also recommend playing with B52 level 7 plus if you have so, because that has both the ball guideline and the power. In extreme king wins using the Grizzly, you might end up pulling into overpower. So to avoid that, use B52 level 7 plus. Adjustment will be 10% P1 at slider. Now you see I do not keep it 2 green squares through the hole and we end up just short. So make those tweaks, keep it 2 green squares through the hole and a very good opportunity for a drop on hole number 8. Final hole, hole number 9. This one we are going to play with our rock as the driver and Cataclysm on the second shot at P5 and empty position, 2 left spin and 2 top spin. Adjustment max plus 10% P5, and then we'll be applying a little less than triangle left curl. Simple drive just to get onto the fairway. And I did not try the send-it shots yet, as it's a qualifying round. Did not waste any premium balls. That much curl, 2 toss spin, 2 left spin, max plus 10% P5 once again. Clip the rough and roll out. somewhere around 340 yards. 343. Second shot, will you play it with your Cataclysm or the big dog? Here I'm going to play with my cat. I apply spins first accidentally here. Don't do that. Before spins, have the second bounce in between the tree shadow right there. See, I make my spins to 0, and then the second bounce in between the shadow there, right there. And then you apply one back spin. Now, I did try going for the Alba using one right spin and 1.2 right spin, but it was like once or twice I caught a glitch roll down the slope. So if you want to do that, you can do it, but I do not recommend it. Just go for the safe eagle here. One backspin, max right curl, adjustment is max plus 10% P5 once again. This will bring us nicely close to the pin for an eagle on hole 9. You can, like I said, gamble with the right spin and try to go for the albatross, but it's not recommended. But if you get lucky, then it will be a bonus on the qualifying round.